I'm gonna say this. I just spent a good, I didn't even know how long, about 2 minutes talking to myself. I thought my camera was running and it wasn't. Right now, I am in Las Cruces, New Mexico. Behind me, you can see I'm at the Main Street Farmers Market, which apparently is one of the top 10 biggest farmers markets in the country. It's here in Las Cruces, New Mexico, which is a pretty big city in New Mexico that almost, I guess, no one's ever heard of, but it's a really cool town. And I went to the city hall and got permission and access from a lady named Peggy Miller to be able to perform here in the farmers market, because they have a lot of street performers here. So Spirit Bear performed here for a couple hours today, and I think it went pretty well. I probably made maybe about $40 in tips, and performed for quite a few people, and it was really fun, really good day. So I'm trying to do an update here. And the last time you guys heard from me, I was leaving Roswell, and I said it wasn't. I was in Roswell, and I said it wasn't such a good day. The following day was great. The last couple of days have been great. New Mexico has been treating me really good since Roswell. The next day, I rode about 45 miles on my bicycle from Roswell to Hondo, which was my first time riding on the mountains. First time really seeing mountains. It was intense and incredible. Hard to ride, but when I got to a town called Hondo, a nice gentleman drove me the last 25 miles to Ruidoso, New Mexico. So I got to Ruidoso, New Mexico a lot earlier than I thought I would, and while I was there, because I had so much time and I was kind of looking for a place that I would stay and whatever, I performed for I went to a burrito place like right in the outskirts of town, and I performed for a young girl that worked there and her mom who ran the place. Performed for the two of them inside the burrito place, and that was really cool. They said they would send me the footage, but they probably won't. While I was there, I googled Ruidoso Shakespeare just on a whim to see if anything would come up. And there's a husband and wife, Deborah Voorhees and Rich Beer, who are in the final stages of editing a feature-length comedy about the premises if Shakespeare was a Hollywood screenwriter. It's called Billy Shakespeare. And so they did a Kickstarter for their project as well. I found them online. I got in contact with them, and we met and became friends, and they let me stay with them for about 4 days, and they set up all kinds of performances for me in town. You know, we toured with the idea of them working on a documentary about my project. After they finish their current film project, they're going to be doing a premiere in London here in a few weeks of Billy Shakespeare. And they just let me into their home and really kind of treated me like family, and it was wonderful. I got to know them, and I performed all over town, met a lot of their friends. They're really knowledgeable about the town and the area, and I learned a lot, met a lot of people. I saw some wolves being born. One of the last things they did was they booked a show for me in a town called Carrizozo, which I think is just north of Ruidoso, small town, and they know a guy there who's actually a theater producer from New York who's living in Carrizozo, and he had an art space, and they let me do a show there, and they invited some people. About 20 people showed up. Did a show there. It was terrific, and I performed all the scenes, and people were really gracious and appreciative, and met a lot of cool people. One person who just showed up to the show, who was invited, showed up. His name was Dennis, and he has a friend here in Las Cruces, and contacted that friend. So now I have a place to stay in Las Cruces. I'm staying with that gentleman whose name is Andrew. So, and I also did a show at their local high school in Carrizozo. I performed for 2 classes and talked with the students. I was in, I believe her name is Miss Ball's class in Carrizozo, and it was terrific. That was helped set up by a gentleman named Marcus, who lives in Mark Cohen, who's the producer from New York, who lives in one of his live-work art spaces in Carrizozo. Hopefully this is not too confusing. But the last few days have been a whirlwind. And then, so about on my 4th or maybe 5th day in Ruidoso, finally, Rich gave me and my bike a lift down here to Las Cruces, which is almost 100 miles away, 100-something miles away. And I met up with this fellow Andrew, and I've been staying with him, and I was actually going to just stay for one night and leave today, but I got this offer to perform a lot of people suggested to me to perform at the farmers market. I couldn't resist, so came to perform at the farmers market. It was a terrific experience, made some money, and I think I'm going to stick around until the day after tomorrow so I can go to church for Easter. Hopefully I'm not missing anything. It's just been an incredible experience New Mexico is really treating me well. I've had some good food, met some good people, made some new friends, and yeah, this is really going good. I still am trying to make it to San Diego on the 28th to make it to the Youth Shakespeare Festival. I'd really like to make it for that. I'm excited to get to Phoenix to see my friends Kenny and Erica. But it's just been a wonderful few days. I saw the movie The Paper for the first time, which is neither here nor there, but it's directed by Ron Howard and starring one of my favorite actors, Michael Keaton, and so that was awesome. Good to watch that because Andrew, the guy I'm staying with here in Las Cruces, has a lot of VHSs, and that's the update of the last couple of days. Because I guess it's almost a week. One of the kind of downsides, I haven't really ridden my bike besides riding up and down this town. I haven't really gotten on the road and ridden in almost a week, so I hope to change that soon because it's a surprise to me as well, but I actually miss getting on that bike and riding, so hopefully I can do more of that soon. Anyway, that's it for the update. I hope I'm not missing anything. Those are kind of the big highlights of the last few days. Look up my friend's film Billy Shakespeare if you can. It should be coming to town. It should be making its rounds through festivals and whatever else in the next year or so. And from what I saw, it's a really interesting movie, really funny. The guy who plays Shakespeare is a really terrific performer, and my friends Deborah and Rich are just big-hearted people, and they've been artists their whole lives. So what I saw, they did a really good job, and people who have great taste as well. So yeah. Look to Google them online, Billy Shakespeare on Kickstarter. They have a website, which I think is the BillyShakespeareTheMovie.com, but I could be wrong. Anyway, all right, that's it for this update. Spear Bear out.